Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to this new video right here on Dogecoin. We're going to do a full update right here. Technically, there's quite a lot we need to talk about technically regarding Dogecoin right here, but I also wanted to do a bit of a fundamental update, talking about the Dogecoin ETF. And is that coming in 2025, and what type of effect will it have on the prices, etc. Yesterday, some new rumors came out regarding ETFs in general, right? So then the specific ETFs mentioned were Solana, Ripple, and Litecoin, which is that was seen as a little bit bearish for Dogecoin. You can see the probabilities for a Dogecoin ETF in 2025 briefly shifted down to 50% because Dogecoin was not mentioned. And I think yesterday we also had the SEC postpone their decision on a Dogecoin ETF. So that was slightly bearish, but ultimately a Dogecoin ETF for 2025 is still very, very high. And the 75% chance that you can see right now in Poly Market is not just, gamblers and speculators saying that, they think it's going to happen. I think 75% is also the main probability that one of the senior ETF analysts at Bloomberg attaches to a Dogecoin ETF. So that's good news, but short term we haven't really seen that much of an effect. I mean, yesterday we had a bit of a move up right here, as you can see, but technically there's absolutely no sign right now of speculators or whales or traders buying up a lot of Dogecoin for that ETF. No, Dogecoin right now on the higher time frames is very rotational, right? I mean, you can see, I kind of want to use this value area, but it's not correct. But it's very rotational in the same value area and in the same range as what we were in right here from March until the beginning of May. And there's no sign of that stopping. I mean, you can see right here, we hit the point of control area right here in the middle of the range, and we rejected from there. Now, rejecting from that level is not necessarily a sign that we're bearish, but it is a sign that we are rotational within balance and that there's no reason to suspect that we're going to break out of balance. And that is, that's not bad, but that does mean that I think for Dogecoin right now, it's a little bit more likely that will just remain stable. And then we do have some fundamental pressures which could cause bearish pressure. So then I'm mostly talking about the trade deals and tariff situations. And then if you take a look at the footprint chart for Dogecoin right here, if it loads up, what you can see is that with that move we had the 23rd of June, we have left some imbalances to the downside, right? So then I'm mostly talking about the naked point of control that we have all the way at the bottom right here at 15.3 cents, right? So what I think you need to be prepared for Dogecoin, and what I think is most likely, is that I don't think we'll crash. I think this was right here. I think that was the local bottom, right? So worst case scenario, we get very bad news. I think we will spike down into that and hold that area again. But I do think it's most likely that short term we will just remain stable here, fill that imbalance at 15.3. Stay or remain stable, and then at some point of time, either with ETF news or with Bitcoin moving up or with the Bitcoin dominance moving down, I think we can rally up higher into 17.5 cents, where at this point of time we have the 30-day rolling VWAP and the 200 EMA, but later also into the top of the range right here at 18.5 cents, so 0.185. And then if we have a lot of momentum, if we have a lot of hype for a Dogecoin ETF, then maybe we can break above that. But at this point of time, like I said, there's no reason to suspect that we will break above that. Technically, a Solana ETF is most likely coming, and Solana also failed to break out of its range because in the end, it's also summer, right? But yeah, so this is a possibility long term. I think short term, this is more likely, right? So that is relatively boring, and short term slightly bearish, or at least a bit of a bearish tone. But that is, I think, the most realistic way to see the future development in the next 2 weeks or so for Dogecoin. Those are my thoughts. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments. Take care and bye.